everyone, Miss Tui here. Today we are going to make a model of a constellation. Your constellation model will show the relative location of the Earth to the Sun during a certain month or season of the year. For today's lesson, you will need an Ozobot, fully charged and calibrated, color code markers, a pencil, and your two constellation worksheets, the Constellation Challenge and the drawing worksheet. Make sure you have both. Your goal for today's lesson is to draw a model of a constellation by plotting the points of the stars. Then you will draw lines and color codes between your stars so that you can program Ozobot to travel along your constellation. Do you know what a constellation is? A constellation is an imaginary shape or a pattern a group of stars form. For thousands of years, people have found patterns in the stars and used them to identify different times in the year and to tell stories. Some of these originated in ancient Greece. Today, there are 88 constellations recognized by astronomers. As planet Earth orbits around the sun, it passes through a different constellation and our view of space changes. Constellations can only be seen in the night sky during certain times of the year. What constellation would we be passing through tonight? You are going to draw your own model of a constellation in space to show the location of Earth relative to the Sun during a month of the year. You will draw your constellation model with markers and program your Ozobot to make the constellation by following lines and color codes. You can choose one constellation from this worksheet. The sheet shows Earth rotating around the Sun at different points in the year. Don't get this mixed up with astrological or zodiac signs, as they correspond differently. Which constellation are you going to draw a model of? Let's begin. First, you'll need to plot all of the stars that are in your constellation. I'm going to draw Aries, and I'm using up as much of the paper as possible to ensure that my Ozobot has enough room to travel. Now you will choose a color other than black so that you can see the position of the stars in the constellation. I chose red. Then you can label the constellation with the name. Stars are huge glowing balls of gas. Can you see them all in your constellation? Next, you will use your pencil to complete the constellation by connecting the stars. What do your stars look like when you connect them? Then you will draw at least 3 color codes of your choice over the lines that make up your constellation. Watch me here. I'm going to put Nitro Boost here, which is blue, green, then red. Then I will put a tornado code here, which is red, green, red, green. And last, I will put a slow code right here, which is red, black, and red. What will your color code sequences program your bot to do? Next, you will complete the shape of the constellation by tracing over the rest of your pencil lines with black marker. Finally, it's time to see your bot in action. Put the Ozobot on one of the stars or the black line to begin. Then watch as it moves from star to star to form your constellation. If the bot doesn't make some of the turns due to the tight angles, feel free to pick up the bot and place it in a different spot to have your bot continue traveling. Did your bot follow the color code sequences and black lines correctly to create your constellation? Before submitting your work, don't forget you need a completed drawing of the constellation, a label with the name of the constellation, stars that make up the constellation in a color other than black, and at least 3 color codes in the lines that make the constellation. You also need to show that your bot can travel along the lines and color codes to form the constellation. If you're looking for more to do, you can add in a drawing of Earth and the Sun, or you can choose a different constellation to draw.